Hey, I thought I'd have a little fun today and hop on here and ask you a question right off the bat and see if you will answer me by commenting below. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? Where do you feel that you land in those two categories? An introvert or an extrovert? Just go ahead and pop something in the comment section below, and then let me tell you why I am hopping on here to talk about this. First of all, I have to say that we as humans, we can't be categorized. There's just no way that you can categorize us in a certain little, just a little area, because we are so unique, so one of a kind, that we truly can't be categorized in, and can't be pigeonholed. But we tend to lean toward one or the other. And yes, there is that middle of the road category, that those ambiverts. But I'm asking you, do you lean toward introversion or extroversion? I can tell you that I lean toward being an introvert. Now I'm going to give you some characteristics and see where you fall, and see if anything rings a bell. And here's what happened. Yesterday I was listening to something on the radio, and a woman was describing the characteristics between an extrovert and an introvert, and I was just silently raising my hand the whole time saying, that's me. That's me, that's me. And it was sort of validating. Okay, you know, it's okay that you're this way. So let me tell you some things that see if they just sort of click for you. So an introvert is going to get their orientation from inside. They're going to have an inward orientation, and an extrovert is going to have an outward orientation. What does that mean? Orientation means their direction. So we sort of get our direction from things that are going on inside of us. And an extrovert's going to sort of get their direction from things that are going on in their world. An introvert is often attentive to what's going on inside of them. They're very introspective, and conversely, an extrovert's going to be attentive to those things going on around them. Doesn't mean one is better than the other. Do you know somebody that's like that? Do you know somebody that's a thinker, that's very introspective? And do you know somebody that's extremely attentive to what's going on outside of their world? An introvert gets their energy, finds their energy from being alone. Or if they're not alone, they're going to get their energy from maybe one or two very close friends. Do you know somebody like that? That's me. I love to be alone, or I love to be with a small group of people. And an extrovert, on the other hand, is going to feed off of the energy from the crowd around them. Those are the people that work the room. I'm the person who sits in the corner and wants people to come to me. And sometimes that can be taken as a sign of she's stuck up, or she thinks she's better than anybody else. All of those things that are not true about an introvert. They just like to be alone. They're going to get their energy from small things. So we all know people that do work the room. They love to just mill around and flit from crowd to crowd. So an introvert is going to wear out quicker than an extrovert. An extrovert just gets started when the party starts happening, when the crowd starts filling up. And that introvert, they're going to wear out. They're going to need to get away to recharge. And I'll tell you, that is me. I have, on more than one occasion, I'm sort of embarrassed about this, but I have left parties without telling the host or hostess goodbye, or my friends. And I feel bad about it, but it's like I can't take it. I need to recharge. So if you're ever around a person like that, or you've noticed somebody has silently disappeared, I would say don't take offense. Perhaps they need to get away. They need to recharge. And that is me. That is so me. So an introvert, they're going to process things silently. Sometimes you hear that an introvert needs to think before they speak, and an extrovert, on the other hand, needs to speak while they're thinking. Who knows somebody like that? Who knows somebody that just puts it all out there? I do. I love it. I actually love that personality, but it's not me. I need to think before, I need to process it inside before I speak. One is not better than the other. An introvert tends to love deep relationships, deep conversations. And that's not to say that an extrovert doesn't, but an extrovert tends to have a bazillion friends. They're friends to many, many people. They're probably the ones that still keep in contact with all their high school friends or all their college friends. But an introvert is not necessarily like that. They gravitate to those very small relationships. So, between those two, comment, where do you fall? Are you an extrovert or are you an introvert? And I know we can't categorize, but where do you lean? And then I'm going to tell you some other things about my side of the world. So an introvert, they love solitude. They don't like feeling rushed, even though I'm feeling like I'm always rushed because I'm usually late for things, but I hate it. I love to relax when I'm alone. I love it. I love those deep relationships. An introvert usually puts off the air of being calm and collected. They love their home. My home is my sanctuary. I love a quiet atmosphere. That's why you see my posts come from my pictures quite often on my deck. I'm a quiet person. My kids and my husband were out of town last night and I loved it. I had the whole house to myself. So we love that quiet atmosphere. So why am I saying this? Why am I on live talking about introverts and extroverts? So that each one of us, each group of those people in the world will be accepting of the other, that we will have grace for each other. I've been in situations where I've been in situations where many people are out dancing and they're saying, come on, dance with us, you know. And inside of my head, I'm thinking, I don't want to dance. I want to sit here and take it all in. So what happens is I tend to start feeling bad that I'm not joining with the crowd, or I'm feeling bad because I'm feeling like they need to babysit me or they need to take care of me. And conversely, those people that are doing the dancing and the flitting around, they feel bad for you because you're not appearing to have a good time. So there's this something going on there. So what I'm saying is to now be extra mindful of what is going through an extrovert or an introvert's head, knowing that neither one is wrong, neither one is right. It's just the way the world is made up. And just be extra gracious to each other and accepting and not assuming some things. So that's all I wanted to say. You know, and here's the other thing. Don't assume that an introvert is shy, because they're not. Not always. I mean, I'm an introvert and I would not be on here live if I was shy. And don't assume that an extrovert doesn't like deep relationships, doesn't like their home as their sanctuary, doesn't like small crowds, and they might. So that's all I wanted to hop on here, is to say, you know, let's be extra mindful of what's going on around us and not assume. And my very, 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 very last thing is I just wanted to say, War Eagle, Lucas Schrader, this is for my son, who I haven't seen in 6 weeks. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you. War Eagle, I love you.